Now let's go into another case related to the Russian Olympics. What they discovered when they are actually operating the Russian Olympics, because it was a Winter Russian Olympics, they discovered that a big issue happened related to the Olympics where they were actually manipulating the Olympics by making all their champions take drugs. But when they are taking the urine from the champions to test them, they decided to do a swapping of urine samples. How this can happen? They said when they created the Russian Olympics that they decided to work in a new innovation related to sample testing where they have a special bottle. Look at the special bottle. They have a unique digital code and they have a security cap. Once you close it, it's impossible for it to be open. It's impossible. And they have the same unique code here, so you can't actually change it. And they have a glass teeth. The minute you open it, you can't close it again. So how, when they take them to a very secret room where they take them to that room and they do the testing. So how can someone actually do the process? Because the actual Olympic was actually hosted in Russia. What happened? The Russian team responsible to do the testing for the Olympics, not the guys who are running the Olympics, the testing team created something very interesting. This is the testing team, this is the testing room, and this is the storage room. They created a hole between the testing room and the storage room. Look how the hole looks like. It looks like what? Like an electricity or a small hole. And because of that hole, when they go to the testing room, they take the urine samples from the athletes and from the champions, and they make them go through. There is another person on the other room. He will take them. He will empty them. And they already, before the game, collected a urine sample from all the champions. And they found a way to open the bottle. And they insert the new urine. They add some salt, because usually when they are working out, there should be a salt inside it. And then they close it, and then they pass it by, and they put it back. Next day, when the person will come to do the testing, he will take it, he will open it, do the testing. Looks like they are not using any drugs. They did this not for one, for two, for so many of these champions. And the champions, they are aware of the process. The committee, they are aware of the process. The whole team is aware of the process. And they were running the whole process smooth. How they were able to, how anyone was able to discover that this actually was a big fraud? Because when these examiners, they were running the test on this urine sample, they noticed that the level of salt is more than the normal level. Then they examined the teeth of the bottles and they discovered that this bottle was actually opened because the teeth were destroyed. So they said definitely there is an issue. Then they discovered the whole scheme. So the mistake is about the guy who's adding salt. He added extra salt. So he should know what is the right amount of salt he should add. Otherwise, he will cause the biggest disaster in history in Olympics. So what they had to do, they had to go back to all these champions who are winning, and they told them, sorry, based on the testing, they were able to examine all this urine sample, and they say you are not the winners. But it's after the fact.